It's Heaven's World. Say what? Simply Heaven's World. Who's she? She's fabulous. She's glamorous. Super fashionable. Fantabulous. She's admirable. She's blessed. She's heaven. That's me. I'm heaven. Come on in to my world.
Hello, 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 and welcome back to Heaven's World. And hi, I'm Heaven. I was wondering, can we talk? Can we talk? I have some things on my mind that I just need to get off my chest. Not even off my chest, it's just something that's been on my mind, and I wonder if I'm the only one thinking this. I'm really concerned about our young people, and not just our teenagers. I mean, our millennials, our young adults, and you see, I lost my mother and my father at an early age. I was 19, as I stated before in one of my previous videos, when I lost my mom to an asthma attack, and then I lost my dad at 23 to cancer. So I didn't have the luxury of having that cushion. If it didn't work out, I had somewhere to go, because I didn't. Okay, so we had to make it. We had to make it, and we had to make it for ourselves. It was kind of like a sink or swim. And I mean, don't get me wrong, oops. Sorry. Don't get me wrong. My mom, she did set up us. We had a home that was paid for, so we could go back to our home, our family home, if need be. But we still had to pay the bills. We still had to make a way. So to me, it wasn't an option to fail. No, I was gonna make it. I was gonna make it, and I was gonna make my mom proud. So I'm really concerned, because you see a lot of young people, and not even just young people, but you see a lot of young people that are either they're still staying with their parents and they're grown, like real grown, like for real grown, like late 20s, early 30s, sometimes even 40 and even older. I'm just saying. So when has that ever been okay? I mean, why would you want to just stay with your parents instead of trying to get out and make it on your own? Or why is it okay with you as a grown-up to stay with your parents in your parents' home, but you want to live like an adult, making your own decisions? So you want to come in when you want to come in and live how you want to live, but you don't want to pay your own bills. Okay, so you want your parents to be okay with you being grown, but you don't want to do what grown-ups do. Right. So I don't understand. And then you have a lot of young people that are on the system that's receiving government assistance. And I mean, it's out here and it's here for a reason. But when has it been okay to, I mean, I think that we make it just way too easy for our children to, and not even our children, because they're living by example. Someone show them, because if you see a lot of children that are stuck in these generational curses, they're on welfare because their mother was on welfare and their mothers was on welfare. It was just the thing to do. A lot of people that are growing up in the projects, they live in the projects for their entire life. I mean, you don't strive or desire to be greater or better. It's just okay just to exist, and I don't understand that. Not that I have to understand that, but I just wish that we had more push to progress in this life. Right now is a prime opportunity that we have. The whole world is at home, okay? And some are slowly going back to work, but the majority of us are still here in quarantine due to Rona. Hey, whatever the reason. But what are we doing with this time? You know, this is time to reflect on our lives. I mean, because we don't have this luxury on our daily. We're too busy being that hamster wheel, running after something that we'll never catch. So this is time to get off of that wheel and sit down and take a look at our lives and really self-evaluate. Are you where you want to be in life? And if not, what do you need to do in order to get there? I mean, because we're always so busy running after that paycheck, and we're just trying to keep our head above water. So we don't have the time to sit down to evaluate anything. We just need to go get a job, and any job will do that will pay us to come to work so we can pay our bills. But is that enough? Is that truly enough? Like I said, this is an opportunity for us to sit down and take a look, evaluate where we are. You know, I was thinking about social distancing. I've practiced social distancing my whole life. What is social distancing, really? It's just putting space between you and another person to protect you and your health, right? Your psyche, your health. I do it all the time. I have done it my whole life. When I'm in a relationship and that relationship is no longer beneficial for me, it's draining me instead of seeding into me positivity. My energy is seeping away and it's killing me slowly. I distance myself. I separate myself so God can prune. That's what we do. It's called self-preservation for our own good, our own health, peace of mind. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think at this point in time, we should all evaluate all our relationships, whether it's family, whether it's friendships, whether it's your relationships. I mean, right now you're being forced to stay at home with the person that you married. A lot of us don't even know these people anymore. We've just been passing ships in the night, living two individual lives. This is going to be a wake-up call for a lot of people. This is time to get to know your children. Who are these little beings that eat the food up in your house? You know, what is it they like to do? What are they doing? Get in their business. Find out what's going on with them. You know, evaluate your friendships. A lot of people that call you friend, they're not really your friend. They're not. No. If you're not feeding into my life and giving me positivity and love and positive vibes and energy, then you're draining the life out of me. And a lot of our relationships are doing that. Your love relationships, your family, A lot of these people in your family, honey, they're worse than strangers, than your enemies. They're the ones that you have to keep one eye on all the time. You don't know the ones that are smiling in your face. But when crap hits the fan, where are they? If you're in need, can you count on them? These are the questions that you need to be asking. And with your relationship, can you count on them to make sure that if you can't make your bills, are they helping you? Who's helping you? Who's assisting you? Is it just you, or you by yourself in a relationship? Who should be in a relationship and alone? No one. These are the things that we need to be evaluating. Why should we have to get up and go to a job that we absolutely detest? We shouldn't. Why can't we start our own businesses? What's wrong with that? If that's a desire of yours, and now you have nothing but time. You know, this is the time that we should be just evaluating where we are. Really get to know this person that's in your house with you, calling themselves your partner, your husband, and your wife. You know, fall in love again if you can. I mean, if you are still in love, oh, awesome. That's a beautiful thing. Now you have nothing but time to spend with your best friend, right? We don't get this time very often. We're off work and they're paying us too. It may not be what you are accustomed to making, but it's better than zero. So we need to be grateful. We need to be thankful. But yes, you may be worth more, but you're getting something. God's not going to put you in a situation and not provide a way for you to make it. He's not. And you have to remember that God is in control. Yes, this world may be going through, but Satan had to get permission from God to do anything. He's just not free willy-nilly. You know, my God is still the God of all. He is the great I am. Okay? And it's only by his say-so that we're going through this. And there's a reason for everything. So you have to sit back and really take a look at what's going on. Why is this going on? What is it that we're not getting? What are we not getting? I mean, there's a lot I can see that we're not getting. We're still just as backwards as we were way back when. I mean, we're still disliking people because of the color of their skin that they have no control over. That is backwards. And then you still call yourself a Christian. I love God. You're walking around with a Bible in hand. And then you have the audacity to say, it's in the Bible. Really? That's crazy. So this is the time that we need to just sit down and really think about what is going on in our lives. What can we do? Evaluate every relationship, every friendship, your family. Just because you share blood makes you related. It doesn't make you family. You're related. If they don't care anything about you, you never hear anything from them until they want something from you. That's not a family. That's not family. They don't care anything about how you're doing, how you're feeling. None of that. Even people in your own house. You're walking around, you're not even speaking to each other. Who does that? We need to wake up, people. We need to really get back in tune with our Father. First of all, we need to get in a relationship with Him. We need to forget about church, the building, and build the church that is within us, because we are the church. The building is just where like-minded people go to congregate, socialize. That's it. You take the church with you when you go to that building. Okay? So if you're sitting in that building thinking that that building can save you, no, it can't. You feel like, oh, I can't be healed unless I go to church and have the pastor pray for me. Why can't you lay hands on yourself? Why can't you pray for yourself? You think he has more power than you do? Or they have more power than you do? No. No. We all have power. We all have the ability to lay hands on ourselves and speak it. You shall have what you say. By Jesus' stripes we are healed. We are delivered and set free. We are conquerors. We are more than conquerors. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Speak life over yourself. Lay hands on yourself. This is what I'm saying. We need to spend this time getting in contact with who we are. Who we are. Take our own temperature. Because we can't benefit someone else. And we can't even help ourselves. I mean, what kind of sense does it make to go and help someone else clean up their house and your house is a hot mess? Shouldn't you spend your time cleaning up your house? And then once you cleaned up your house, then offer to help someone else? I wouldn't even trust you to come to my house to clean up my house. If you don't even know how to clean up your own house, why would I do that? No. It's just like going to a dentist that doesn't have any teeth. Why would you do that? Wouldn't trust them at all. No. Going to a hairdresser whose hair is never done. Going to a makeup artist with someone that doesn't even wear makeup. Does that make sense? It doesn't. It's just like going to a drug addict asking them to help you. Both are in the same boat, you know? So you have to work on yourself. And at the end of the day, who can you trust anyway? Who can you depend on? Who do you really have? You shouldn't put your faith in men. They will let you down every time. Every time. You need to put your faith in God. You need to put your faith in God. So at this time, I challenge you all to sit down and really get in tune. Get on one accord with your Heavenly Father, with God. Ask Him to order your steps, to guide you. Ask Him to show you. He will. He will. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. This is not me at all. I am a very private individual. I'm not a very sociable person. I'm really not. I'm a homebody. It's just me. I will go if I have no other choice. But my preference is to be at home, so being in quarantine is not bad for me at all. I mean, because I made my home. My home is my refuge. You know, it's beautiful. One day I will walk you through my bedroom. It's my little piece of heaven. no pun intended, my little piece of heaven on earth. It's a place where I find peace. It's so peaceful in there. So I can stay at home and it doesn't bother me. So we need to take this time to just sit back and ask God, okay, God, please show me. Help me to see what's my purpose? What am I here for? What was I created to do? Because when I ask God, and I must say, I heard him a long time ago, but I was like, for real? You know, it's me. You do know it's me. It's me. It's heaven. Heaven. I'm at. He's like, I know who's asking me. I created you with this purpose in mind. It's only taken so long because you are refusing to be obedient to me. You can run, but you can't hide. And you can't run fast enough to run away from your purpose. You're just delaying the inevitable. And if you can't hear what God is saying, you need to get in contact with him. Your connection is off. Just ask him to come into your life to transform your mind. The Bible says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Ask him to touch your heart, to just show you, just make it clear. What would he have you to do? Now, when you ask him, you really need to be serious. And you need to be ready to hear the answer. Okay? And when you do this, if we all can get in contact and connection with our Heavenly Father, start walking in our purpose and our plan, imagine what we can do for the children. Imagine if my desire is to work with young ladies. I want to teach young ladies their self-worth. I want them to know what it means to be a lady. If we can show them who they are. And I'm not just saying young ladies that look like me. I mean all young ladies. If we can teach them their self-worth and their value. Imagine teenage pregnancy. No one would be able to come to you and tell you anything because you already know your self-worth. No, you would save yourself for that special someone that you want to spend your life with if you knew your self-worth. That's my desire, to teach you who you are. You are powerful. You are powerful. How many people can give birth, can bring life into this world? We are powerful beings. Powerful. Who had Jesus? A lady did. Know your power. Take back your power. See yourself as the queen that you are, because you are a queen. I don't care what color you are. You are valued and you are valuable. Especially we are valuable. Your value is great. And if once you get that in your soul and in your spirit, once you believe that, young lady, no one will be able to strip you of your self-worth. We'll no longer allow men or young men to beat on us. No. And think it's okay. No. Take back your power. You're worth more than that. You are better than that. You're worth more than just being on public assistance. You're intelligent. You are knowledgeable. You are courageous. You are powerful. Yes, you are. You are strong. There is nothing that you cannot do. Nothing. With God, we can do all things. Okay? Just know that. And if we can get that, because who's bringing life into this world? Young ladies are. And a lot of the time, the men may or may not be there. So there's a lady that's raising these men. So if we can teach our young ladies their self-worth, they can raise a stronger man. I honestly believe that. Sometimes we don't have the luxury of having that man in the child's life or to assist. I'm not saying all men, because there are a lot of good men out here that will step up. That will step up. But there's a lot that will not. So we have to build ourselves up, okay? And we have to be strong on the inside. And mind, body, soul, spirit. We need to know who we are. And if we can teach our young people and we can get them early enough before someone has the opportunity to strip them of who they are, then a lot of the things that they're going through now that have been passed down from one generation to the next, a lot of these generational curses can stop and be abolished. Okay? So I just wanted to come on here just to see if, can we band together and make a commitment to take this time seriously, to take a look at our lives, to help us be better individuals, walk in our purpose. We need to have the strength enough to really take a look at where we are in our life. See, God has been working with me for a very long time. And it's taken me a minute to get to where I am. And He's taken me on higher, just a little higher. And I'm heading to another level. My thinking is no longer the same. But I'm not just out for myself. I want to help as many as I can. So that's why this platform is so important. It's why I had to get out of myself. I had to die to myself to live for Him. When I say, yes, God, send me, I'll go, I meant that. I didn't know I was going to have to go here. But I said, send me. So I'm stepping out on faith. And I'm just trusting God. And I'm leaning and depending on Him. And it's not that I'm all-knowing. Because I'm not. But I care. I genuinely care. And I honestly love unconditionally. I'm not that one that looks at color. I look at individuals, the true character of a person. And I think if we can start working with our young people early, but we've got to get in contact ourselves. Build us up first so we can encourage, inspire, and uplift someone else. We have to be encouraged first. We have to uplift ourselves first. Okay? So that means you need to evaluate these different relationships that you surround yourself with. Because association brings about assimilation. And if a person is not breathing life into you, they're sucking life out of you. They're sucking life out of you. And we as humans, we operate two ways. We operate out of fear, or we operate out of faith. This is a time you need to be honest with yourself and answer that question honestly and openly, and be okay with the answer. I had to. And I had to come to the realization that I was talking before. It was talk and it sounded good. It was rhetoric. It's what I grew up on. Yes, Lord, I believe. Oh, no weapon formed against me. I have no fear. I'm not afraid. I was a liar. And the truth wasn't in me. I had to realize that I've been afraid every day of my life. But now I can honestly say, I walk by faith. I do not operate in fear. I'm not saying I'm not fearful, because then that would make me a liar. Yes, I still have fear sometimes, but I don't allow that fear to drive me. No. When I feel fear creeping in, that's when I start praying for faith to step forward. I operate in faith. That's why I'm here on this YouTube channel. I'm trusting God. No, I don't have a lot of followers or subscribers, and I don't understand. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm trusting God. God will build this channel as He sees fit. He will touch the hearts. You know, these are the times I honestly thought, okay, I'll go ahead and do this, God, because, you know, at least I'll have my family. And I have a pretty big family. So if everybody in my family subscribed to my channel, I'd be all right, okay? But I had to come to the realization, you can't depend on family. Hardly, I think the majority of the people that subscribe to my channel are strangers. That was a hard pill for me to swallow, because I'm very supportive. I try to be very supportive. I don't care if you tell me you're selling something, or you want to start this, or you're doing this. Even if I don't need your services, I'm going to support you. I'm going to support you. I'm going to buy whatever it is you're selling, whether I use it or not. That's just me. I'm going to try and get out. If you're singing, performing, whatever, I'm going to try to support you. That's the least that I can do. And trust me, that's major for me. Major. Like I said, I am not that one. I am a homebody. I don't like crowds. No. I'm very sensitive and intuitive and in tune with people's feelings and emotions, and I feel everything around me, so it's more taxing than it is enjoyable for me to be out and about. But I will, if it's going to be help someone. That's just me. But I'm finding now that since I started my YouTube channel, and I'm trying to tell people about it and ask them to subscribe and like and share, and I didn't realize how many people look at your videos, but they won't even take the time to even like your video, let alone share it the second that to like it. I mean, even if you don't like it, I mean, what is that going to do to you? I mean, I don't know. But I said that to say this. It's difficult when you can't really depend on your family. So you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with that. When you're stepping out on faith and you're walking in your purpose, you're going to have to be okay to walk this path alone. You're going to have to be okay to be by yourself, because not everybody is meant to be with you on this journey, this leg of your life. I believe that many people come into your life for many different reasons and many different seasons. And not everyone is meant to go through this entire life with you. No. Even relationships. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people like, well, I can't get divorced because it's against God's will. It's against, the Bible says, what God put together, let no man put asunder. What God put together. A lot of us didn't wait for God. That's why we're in situations that we are praying and asking God to get us out of, that we never seek Him for guidance before getting in there. You understand? That's a whole nother video. We'll touch bases on that a little later. But I'm just saying, we just need to be okay with just walking this journey by yourself when you step out on faith. But first you have to get in contact with God and get in relationship with God. Try meditating. Meditating has been so fulfilling for me at the suggestion of my niece, Haselina Goose. The girl is amazing. She's very intuitive as well. But she's younger and she's my baby from birth. And I love this young lady. She reminds me so much of my mother. She reminds me so much of my mother. But she is the one, at her suggestion, she keeps me grounded. I seek her a lot. I mean, and sometimes we have to be okay with asking for help from people that are younger. It's okay. But I just said that to say that we need to get into contact with God and ask Him to guide us and lead us and build us from the inside out, to transform our minds. We need to make a conscious decision daily to live for God, to die for self. Less of me and more of you, God. Less of me and more of you, God. And mean it. Then and only then will we be able to reach out to our children or anyone else to offer any assistance, any help. But we have a lot of wounded people out here. Hurt people hurt people. Unintentional or intentional. It happens. So we have a lot of hurt people raising children. And I'm sure they're not intentionally trying to hurt them. But in the long run, when you don't teach a child how to stand on their own 2 feet, you're being a crutch for them. That's not helping them in the long run. When you're not allowing them to make mistakes or decisions, regardless of what that consequence may be, allowing them, I'm not saying to see your child getting ready to fall off a ledge and you don't try and help them. No. I'm saying sit back and give them the opportunity to make a decision. Because how else are they going to learn how to make a decision? They have to learn. You can't always be there to pick them up. But until we are able to do that for ourselves, because we don't make positive decisions ourselves. So we've got to get ourselves together. And that's what we need to be doing in this hour. This hour. We need to start trying to correct a lot of the things that have gone awry. Because this world is not what God intended it to be. We're not doing what God wanted us to do. No, God never wanted us to be against each other. He didn't want us to dislike a whole race of people because of the color of their skin. He didn't want there to be such discord in the black race. No. Or any race for that matter. He didn't want that. We need to be able to stand together and encourage each other, black people. Okay? Can we do that? Can we just start there? And if we can start there and we can have respect for each other and show other races, you need to teach a person how to treat you. Okay? You have to treat a person how to treat you. So if we're out here discounting each other, we're showing them that it's okay. You can do that too. It's okay. You can do that. You can do that too. We're doing it to each other. It's okay to kill us because we're killing each other. So you can kill us and it's okay. It's not. It's not. So we all need to get it together. I mean, all this racism and hatred and self-loathing and discord. I mean, I just put my hands up. It hurts my heart. It hurts my heart. What are we teaching our children? When are we going to get it, people? And I'm talking about everybody. Everyone. I'm talking about everyone. White, black, Mexican, Chinese, whatever. Africans disliking black Africans that were raised in America because they're not raised in Africa. Who had any control over that? You guys need to get it together. Get it together. Can I get you all to get it together? Everyone. We're all human, period. That's it. We bleed red. You cut us open. If a white man needs a heart, it doesn't matter if it came from a black person, Chinese person, whatever. You cut that person open and take the heart. And that's what God is looking at. He's looking at your heart. So we say that we are believers and we love God. We're Christians and we're religious and what have you. But are you really? What about your behavior is godlike? You disliking someone based upon their sexual orientation or their skin color, or what business is it of yours who they like? That's not your business at all. God asked you to do one thing, and that was to love unconditionally. And you can't even get that one thing right. Wrong. One thing. That's all he asks. Love. And you can't even do that. But we want God to continue to bless us. What have you done that warranted you be blessed? Yeah, we need to take self-inventory. Check yourselves. You'll be surprised at what you find if you're honest with yourself. I'm just saying. I love you all. I love you all. And I just want to help. And I'm like I said, I'm not all-knowing. I'm not. But I honestly do care. I honestly do care. And I just think that God isn't pleased. And this is not what he intended for this world. So we need to hurry and we need to get it right. Like I said, this is a unique opportunity. When has this ever happened? The whole world shut down. Really? The whole world. Giving you some time. And all you can do is complain about the time that God is trying to help you to help yourself. All he's saying, help me to help you. Help me to help you. Can I get you to just sit down and just look at yourself? I just want you to be happy. Honestly happy. Not just what you think the world calls happy. No. Thank you guys for listening to me, taking this time to hear me. I mean, a lot of people may not get to the end of this video and they may click off. At least I'm doing what I feel like I need to do, I'm being led to do. Because I honestly do care. I do. If you have any questions, any concerns, if you want to know anything about me, please feel free to comment below. I read all my comments and I try to respond to every last one of them. All the negativity you can keep to yourself though. I don't read those, I just click off. It's no big deal. I mean, you're wasting your time and energy to type it. I mean, because it doesn't do anything to me. Your negative words mean absolutely nothing to me. Nothing. Straight positive vibes over here. I know who I am, and I know whose I am. So there's nothing that you can say to me that would make me feel any way about me. Okay? Period. But I would like to hear anything that you guys would like to say, want to know about me. Please like. Please help me get this videos out. Please subscribe to my channel. Please share my videos. I'm asking. Help me. Help me to walk in my purpose and fulfill what God has tasked me with. And help me to help these children out here, these young people. Help me to help build them up. Not just the teenagers. I mean the millennials, the 30-year-olds, anyone that's not strong enough to stand on their own 2 feet. Parents, I need you all to help your children. Don't be crutches for your children. And a lot of times you all are just keeping the children with you because you don't want to be by yourself. That's not fair to your child. We need to release them. We need to give them the freedom, the chance to make some decisions for themselves. We need to stop being so quick to intervene when there's an issue or a problem. We need to let them exercise their own decision-making skills. You can sit over to the side, but don't be so quick to run in to rescue. Okay? Let's help turn this around. Well, until I have something else to talk about, I will be back soon, though. I do have quite a bit to say, though. I'm just saying. Warning. All right, sweethearts. Until we speak again, may God continue to bless you and keep you is my prayer. I'm praying for all the COVID-19 victims that are in the hospital or at home or suffering. I'm praying for your loved ones. I'm praying God cover this entire world with his hedge of protection. I'm praying that we as a people can get it right. I'm just speaking life over all of us. Nothing but straight positive vibes. We shall live and not die. Until we speak again, may God bless you. Have an awesome week. Bye, my angels.